So I'm here with John Varvatos and Nick Jonas, and we're going to talk about their new tequila. But before we get going, guys, first of all, welcome. So good to have you here at our Bloomberg Live event, the Business Week. And I got to ask you, because we do this with everyone, because it's been such a crazy 13 months, what it's been like for you. John, what's it been like? You've been in New York some of the time, and you actually had COVID, right?
Yes, I had COVID actually before everything shut down last March. And I went up to my lake house a couple hours north of the city when I had it, thinking I'd be back in the next 10 days or so. And I was there for, I guess, about 6 months, 5 or 6 months. But I came back in September, and I've been back in the city since September. And but when I look back on it, I think that, if you can find any silver lining in it, it was the quality of life that I had with my family during that period. I really had the most meals that I've had together, the most together time without all the craziness in our lives. And it was a special moment. It also made you reflect a little bit on what's really important in life as well.
Yeah, I feel the same. How about for you, Nick? What was the past 12, 13 months like?
Been quite strange, to say the least. But I'm grateful that family and loved ones have all been okay, and the silver lining for my wife and I is that we've had time together that we may not have had had life not shut down the way it did. But there's an enormous crisis going on in India right now, and so
Crazy.
we're sending our thoughts and prayers, and she's making a lot of great efforts and doing a lot of good there to get the people the help they need, and obviously having now grown to love India as much as I have, my heart is breaking for what's going on there. But
Yeah.
it's been wild.
Yeah, to say the least. And you're right. We are far from being over the crisis as a world. Having said that, I was thinking about, John, what you said about I was in my own little family bubble. We had a lot of family dinners. There was a lot of wine. There was a lot of alcohol also kind of happening. So let's talk about why we've got you guys here. We want to talk about this new tequila that you have. First of all, you've collaborated, the two of you, on things together. Was this just a natural progression? Talk to us about the relationship that the two of you have had. John, you want to start?
Sure. Yeah, Nick and I met probably 6 years ago at a dinner in New York, and supposed to bring in collaborators and creatives together and CEOs and that type of thing. But we ended up hanging out together the whole time talking about, creative music, fashion, our families, growing up in the worlds that we grew up in. And the next day, Nick called me and asked if I wanted to come to the studio to listen to some music that he was working on. And the night before, we had been sipping tequila throughout our conversation. And when I got to the studio, he kindly had another bottle of tequila sitting there. And, that day we really knew that we were going to be fast friends and that there was going to be something together that we were going to do. And we first thing we started to work on was a capsule collection that I did under my brand. And that was a lot of fun working with Nick and, really getting his point of view on things. And then we launched a fragrance that was kind of a crazy success, and we did a couple more. And while we were working on that, we were also working on the Jonas Brothers documentary. And but all of it kind of spent with a bit of tequila and enjoying those moments and reflecting on positive things in our lives and that type of thing. So that's really, the kind of where we started. Nick, you want to take it from there?
After we kind of had established that we had this great creative flow together, we found ourselves in these great places, having these great life experiences, and there would usually be a glass of tequila in our hands, and it was something we both shared a passion for and wanted to learn more about, and kind of threw it out. What if we started our own brand, and what if we made something that we could bring the same level of care and focus and attention to detail that we bring to these other projects we've done together and the things that we do separately to a tequila brand. And so we built kind of a vision for it without having the liquid, the bottle, anything like that, but just a big dream and idea, and brought it into our partners at Stoli Group and presented them with this plan and this tequila brand, and they loved the idea. And a couple weeks after we were on our way down to Mexico, we first stopped in Cabo, had a great night of great food, music, tequila, and we're trying to think of a name for the brand. We couldn't think of anything, but we knew that we wanted it to embody the feeling that we had that night, which was great experiences with great people. And I did a toast and said, to life as it should be, which then became kind of our motto for the brand. And the following day, we woke up a little bleary-eyed, probably, and looked at the placard on the door of the villa we were staying in, and it said Villa One. And so we solved our problem of not being able to come up with a name. Just loved the way that sounded and the experience we had there. And the next step was working on the juice. So we went down to Jalisco, Mexico, met with Arturo Fuentes, who is our master distiller. He's kind of a legend in that region. He is the godfather of tequila. He's worked on some incredible tequila brands and has a background in cognac and champagne. And so it was a really natural fit for us with him. And we got into the process of tasting tequilas and trying to decide kind of what we wanted it to taste like and what the three expressions, the silver, reposado, and añejo, what they said as a collection of tequilas. And it was about an 18-month process, and we finally got the juice there. And then John kind of took the lead and spearheaded the bottle design, which we're very proud of. This is our silver. We got the reposado and añejo there as well. But, John, you should probably take it from here on the design front. But I'll just say we're very passionate about this and couldn't be more excited to be talking about it today.
So when we were talking about the bottle, we wanted to do something really quite beautiful and special, but also that felt kind of authentic and wasn't just some crazy shape that looked of the moment. We thought, like, what could there be that 10 years down the road, 20 years down the road, it still felt new and fresh? And so we worked on the shape together, Nick and I. We looked at a lot of glass, and we thought about that and how it felt in the hand of a bartender when they were pouring. So started with the shape and then worked on the details. I was working on some jewelry at that time and was working on a bracelet and came up with this idea to add a detail that I saw from nobody else out there at the top of it with a really heavy metal cap. Also being able to engrave the logo in the glass. And we did a lot of research on the logo because the hallmark was a really important part of our voice there. But again, the most important part of this is the juice inside. It's the magic in the bottle that it is all about, though.
Well, we're going to make a cocktail in just a second. I mean, how much sampling was going on and what were you guys looking? Because you worked with somebody who understood champagne, who really understood, a great tasting alcohol. So I'm curious what you guys were both looking for. Because there's lots of tequilas out there. And so how you distinguished yourself?
There's lots of high quality tequilas out there now, too, which is, something that we see as an opportunity. We were thrilled to get to look at our competition and say, how can we just kind of raise the bar, as John said. And I think that the first thing for us was about finding something unique in the distilling process. And so what Arturo did was he combined the lowland agave with the highland agave, which gives it this very unique combination of the earthier notes from the lowland and the sweeter notes from the highland agaves. And we only know of one other brand that does this. So it gives it a really unique, fresh and smooth finish, along with, some more complex notes when you get into the reposado and the añejo, obviously aged in American oak barrels for 6 to 12 months, and then 12 months to 18 months, depending. But the silver, which is the one we're going to try today, is not aged. It's straight from the barrel, basically. And it's my favorite for mixing cocktails, which is something that I've gotten quite into during this quarantine time, getting creative with more time on my hands than I would have liked to have had. But it lends itself to some good cocktails.
Well, let's make a cocktail, and then we can talk some more. So you're going to walk me through it. Be kind. I'm not a mixologist. But Nick,
Nor am I.
Tell us. We're gonna make the Bloody Maria. So tell me what we need to do.
Well, listen, my recipes kind of vary and change. So we did like a basic guideline so we could get the ingredients that would be needed. But the most important of all these, I've got my shaker here, is the Villa One Silver. And this is, great for a chilled shot. But, really, this is the one you want to blend in a cocktail. Reposado is great in a cocktail as well. But this goes quite nicely in this Bloody Maria, as well as a spicy margarita or whatever your taste is. But we're going to do, I'm going to go 2 shots here of this silver. Okay.
Can I just say it smells heavenly? Okay.
Oh, good. That's what we'd like to hear.
Yes, you're getting those kind of fruit notes when you get that smell to the fruit and nut notes.
So we got
Okay,
tomato juice next, or your Bloody Mary mix. That's going to be the next ingredient. So I've got mine here. It's about 5 to 6 ounces.
Okay.
And then we're going to want to add some lemon and lime juice here, which I've got pre-prepared, freshly squeezed. This is one that is optional if you don't like a ton of spice. We like quite a bit of spice in our household. And so we're going to add a little bit of horseradish in here. I've got it pre-prepared there. You could take, about 4 dashes horseradish. And then make sure to just rinse your hand off so you don't get it in your eyes. That would not be fun.
Right.
I made the mistake the other day of making a spicy margarita for my wife and cutting up the chilies and then touching my eyes, and it was not a fun adventure to go on.
I bet.
The next step is our Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. I do about 4 to 5 dashes. Again, up to you, however much you like. It's totally your choice, but that seems to be about the right sort of number. Next, I do a combination of 2 hot sauces. First one, we got Tabasco. Sometimes I'll use Cholula or Frank's hot sauce. Today I'm going to use Tabasco and Tapatio. So we go about, 6 shakes to get it out there, or, however much again you prefer.
I'm a little nervous, Nick. I'm a little nervous now.
You can do it. I believe in you.
All right.
Just to add to that spice, but a little bit of a different kind of vinegary-based spice. We've got Tapatio. So again, use your discretion, but I like to go about 5, 6 shakes there. We're going to go 1 pinch of celery salt here. Drop that in there. I do a little bit of pepper as well.
The rest we'll just put on the floor.
And then a little bit of, this is a secret. This is for those that know, but I do a little bit of pickle juice as well, just to add to that fun, delicious, vinegary thing there. Okay, so now the most important part, we got to shake this up and make sure our spices is all sort of evened out there, not too overwhelming.
Okay, ready?
Shake it. Okay.
Is that how you do it?
You got it.
Such a girl.
That's good.
Okay.
Next step is just going to be taking your glass that's already full of ice. You can do a rock salt rim if you like. A little garnish. I'm doing just a simple lime. Obviously, you can do a stick of celery as well. It's always good. Gonna pop this top off the shaker here. Hold it down so it doesn't pop off on you and go everywhere. I'm just gonna pour this out. Okay, and there you have it. Villa One.
Beautiful.
Bloody, yeah. Cheers. Shall we take a sip?
Cheers. Yes.
That is yummy.
That is yummy. We're doing this how-to issue for Business Week, Bloomberg Business Week. How do you guys do a business? You're obviously friends, you get along, you've done other collaborations. How do you do a business together, stay friends? How do you do it?
It's easy when you like the people you're working with. And there are obviously ups and downs and things that you got to navigate in any business, and certainly the spirits business is no exception. But we've got a lot of great partners and a lot of people that we build great relationships with at this point. And having it start with John and I think from the top down, just saying that, we genuinely enjoy this adventure that we're on together. And we enjoy the time we spend together, and the fact that we get to work on this brand, bring it to life in this way, and work with so many great people makes the whole experience that much better. But it doesn't mean that there aren't those moments that are really challenging. And with that, I think you just have to lean on the people that you trust most to kind of help navigate those moments.
Yeah, we look to support each other. I mean, we both have a lot of things going on. This is a huge priority in our lives, but we look to support each other. And as much as we bring, the passion and, the care and the attention to detail to it, we also bring different things to the table, which, like any great partnership, it's kind of the whole. And the two is better than one type of mentality. So I think it's great like that. and we both have busier times in our life where one can support things more than the other, and that makes it great. Nick was busy with a lot of great, amazing things last year for certain parts of the year, and I was out kind of pounding the pavement. And then when I was busy, he was shaking it all up. And really and really making things happen. And I think it's